Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed our pleasure and honor to have you all at the embassy this evening as our distinguished guests. Today, as a sequence of embassies performing India series of culture events, it's our pleasure to present a program of music and dance with the very immensely talented and celebrated artist, flautist Mr. Deepak Ram, and violinist Ms. Nistha Raj, and the young upcoming dancer Anoushka Pant. The central theme of today's event is Basant, which typically means Indian spring. That's why you will find that today's all dance and music performances are set around the festivities and celebrations of the spring. We hope that you will enjoy this evening of unique and immensely melodious and captivating music and dance performances. To welcome the guests formally and to brief them and to enlighten them on elaborately on the theme of today's event and on the background of today's event, I request and invite Mr. M. Sridharan, Embassy's Culture Counselor and Spokesman, and he is also the head of Embassy's Press Information and Culture Wing. I request Mr. M. Sridharan. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dharan. I work for the embassy, and it's indeed such a pleasure to have such a nice set of audience, many familiar faces, and more happily, many new faces. Right? And we had to, this time we were slightly forced to open the side gates and other things because of the registration part. We are starting this season with dance and music. Basant, this is a mixed audience, so I don't know how far we know, how far we don't know, so I'm going to strike a middle path. Okay? Basant is spring in Indian language. What I thought is I'll just say a couple of things about this. One is that in India, spring is not merely a season. Okay, it's a very cultural thing. That's why we thought that we will curate this event for this. We all know that around the world there are harvest festivals and spring festivals, and in India there are n number of festivals. Holi, many of you know about the color festival, and then the same period you have something called Pongal in South India, Shankaranti, Bihu on this side, and then Nowruz on that side. So there's many number of festivals that go during this season, and they're all connected to spring and harvest. And this is something probably 95% in this hall will know, right? I thought that I'll just touch upon a few nuanced angles to this. Okay, for example, the spring, why did I say that it's a very cultural thing? The second festival I mentioned is about Pongal, which is one of the South Indian festival. This is a spring festival and harvest festival. And there's a word in Tamil, which means, I always wondered, this is my mother tongue, I always wondered how nice it is for somebody to conceive a festival with this name. What this word means? It means the boiling point at which the sweet rice pudding boils. Okay, just imagine the cultural gravitas of naming a festival, Harvard Festival, on a boiling point of a sweet pudding, right? That's it is. So it's a verb, and it's a noun, and it's a festival name. Similarly, if you see many of these festivals, there are a lot of rituals which are very culturally oriented in this, right? This is something I wanted to touch, and then move on to the music part of it, right? Why we are curating a music and dance program based on a season, right? We all know Vivaldi's 4 seasons and other things, right? But in Indian music, there is something called ragas, which is like a design of a music. And we all know there's a Chinese design, there's an Indian design, there's a Mexican design, and colors, codes, and other things. In the ragas, you have designs which give a certain feeling. So we have ragas, which is a pattern of music, which are made for spring season, right? This is a very deeper thing. It probably took a few thousand years for this music to evolve, where you have very nuanced musical set of notes, a scale or pitch, which are pertaining to this season, right? When you listen to this music, you can visualize, it's not a piece that you write like saying this winter, this summer, right? This is a set of ragas, set of musical patterns. There are hundreds and thousands of songs made under this pattern, and they all give that kind of feeling. And today we are very glad to have musicians who will touch upon this, and we requested them to play mainly from this collection of patterns, right? Just to get a feel of this musical sense, right? And one last thing is about Indian festivals and season thing. What I always wondered is how India is having this feel about continuity of anything. Right? In India, nothing is a standalone taken event, right? It's always a continuity. As when we talk about the boiling point of a sweet rice pudding, we talk about the rice, we talk about the sugar, we talk about the fire. There's a preparatory stage, and then there is a festive stage that follows the boiling point. Similarly, spring is always taken as a continuity of things. And I think that spirit of recognizing what is best currently and seeing it in totality of the continuum, right? I think this is a very culturally deeper thing about India, which I found very unique. That's why I thought that I'll share it with all of you. So this is not that spring is the best time of the year and we have to sing. Just wait for our monsoon season announcement. Right. We are curating something called Monsoon Medley with Indian music and dance and other things. And again, we will have a number of things to say about this. So this is what I wanted to leave you with. And today we have excellent set of musicians. I'm sure Berwal will introduce them to you. We also have an upcoming young dancer, and she is going to do two dances. One is a very traditional classic thing. Another one is a very popular thing, because Indian culture is like that. It is not very classic in the glass kind of thing. It is a grassroots also, right? So it's at the same time it's very refined, at the same time it's very popular. So we wanted to give a share of both. So she will be doing two. And then we have a brilliant Nistha, who is a violinist, but a lot of experimentation. She has released recently an album called Exit 1. Right? You all know Exit 33, Exit 34. So I asked her, what is Exit 1? She says, this is my first break, first exploration. I'll come back, I'll go. There is Exit 2, there is Exit 4, right? So we are all fortunate to catch her at Exit 1, right? So we will look forward to more. And Deepak, oh, he's there. Okay. Deepak is absolutely mellifluous. His flute, his Bansuri, it's a slightly longish flute. And I had the pleasure of listening to him. And he is going to do some of my favorites, ragas, the patterns I was talking about, and Mr. Pilu and other things. And she's going to do Kalavati and other things. These are all excellent pieces, excellent designs. And what they do is something very unique to the Indian music, that it is not a standard. What they perform here, you will not hear it again. They will innovate in the next performance. That's how the Indian music evolves. So what you are going to get, only you are going to get. Best wishes, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Dharan. We will start our first performance with Anoushka Pant. Anoushka Pant, she began her training in Indian classical dance Bharatanatyam at the age of 14 in West Bengal in India. While in New Delhi, she continued her dance education under Guru Padmashri Geeta Chandran, a winner of several dance competitions. Anoushka has performed at the New Delhi Commonwealth Games. Besides Bharatnatyam, Anoushka is also learning Spanish dance flamenco and enjoys folk and Bollywood dances too. Emerging dancer Anoushka currently studies at Winston Churchill High School, MD. So now I present to you Ms. Anoushka Pant. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anoushka, and I'll be performing a fusion dance by It's a fusion of Bharatnatyam, Manipuri, and of several folk dances. And it's a song written by Rabindranath Tagore. It's a Bengali song called Ore Bhai Fagun Legeche. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you.
Is by Nistha Raj. To give you a brief introduction, Nistha Raj is a current sophomore artist at residence. She has been regarded as stunningly skilled in Western and Eastern classical music by the Washington City paper. Nistha is emerging as a fresh voice in creative and world music. Her recently self-released debut album, Exit 1, which Mr. Dharan just talked about earlier, has been described as edgy, innovative, and clearly awe-inspiring Indian fusion at its best by the Inside World Music. A versatile musician, Nistha Raj pursues new horizons by melding tradition with the contemporary innovation, lending her talents to the jazz trio, the Fourth Stream, collaborations with the hip-hop artist Chrisley Bacon, and the six-string electrical cellist White, and recording on rock band Anai's album. A distinguished performer and teacher in the Washington, D.C. community, Nistha has performed at the United Nations, Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, and the American Embassy in Bogota, Colombia. Today, she is accompanied by Ajay Ravichandran on Mridangam and by Neeta Chawla on keyboard. Ms. Nistha, thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here to play for you tonight. So I just want to explain a little bit about my approach to music. I've studied Western classical violin as well as Hindustani violin, and what interests me the most is to kind of bring together different styles of music. So typically this music would be accompanied by a tabla, but I really like the sound of the mridangam, so I'm using that today, and then also bringing in the keyboard. And sort of just how I like to approach the music. So I'll start with the piece. It's based in Rag Kalavati, and I learned this. The first part is a Carnatic composition that a good violin friend of mine taught me, and then the second half is a composition I wrote in the same raga, and I hope you like it. Thank you. Chandran on the mridangam. I'd like to welcome Neetha Chawla. The next piece we'll play is based in the rag Basant Pancham, and it's sort of an improvisation in an 8-beat rhythm cycle. Thank you. end today with a piece based in Rag Shivranjani. It's based on a melody that actually I heard growing up, going to a temple. I grew up in Houston, and the melody just kind of stuck with me over the years, and so I decided to write a song and expand the melody. And usually I play this piece with the cello player, but Nitha's filling in on the piano today. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ajay and Nitha, and thank you to the embassy for having me.
Thank you, Nistha and her team, for this great melodious session. We need a very short interval to reset the stage for the next performer, who is Mr. Deepak Ram. In the meantime, I will just give you a brief introduction of him. A very senior disciple of Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia, Deepak Ram is known for his evocative performances in traditional North Indian Hindustani classical music. Apart from the US, Deepak has performed in South Africa, India, United Kingdom, Ireland, France, Austria, Germany, Lebanon, Turkey, and Holland. And he had the honor of accompanying his teacher, Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia, in Geneva, London, and Paris. In addition to his training under Pandit Chaurasia, Deepak has learned from other great masters such as Jairam Bhana in South Africa, late Shri Suryakant Limie, and Pandit Vijay Raghav Rao. He also studied tabla under Shri Rashwant Rajaram Shukla. Deepak has 8 solo albums to his credit, and as a session musician, he can be heard over 25 albums. Winner of several prestigious awards, Deepak holds a master's degree in music from the Rhodes University in South Africa. He has served as the visiting professor in Indian music at the University of California, Santa Cruz, and he has lectured full-time for 4 years at the University of Durban, Westville, South Africa. Today, he is accompanied on tabla by Mr. Inayat Hussain. Mr. Deepak Ram, thank you.
Good evening, friends. It's an honor for us to be here today. Incidentally, this is the first time I'm playing with Inayat Hussain. We met once before this. This is the first time we're playing together, so I look forward to that. I hope it's not premature that we celebrate in spring, because this is Washington, D.C. It might snow tomorrow. So guys, I've been held to play in Rag Mishra Pillu since Mr. Dharan announced it. So I would start with a short alap, which is an introduction or unfolding of the raga mood. Of course, short in this tradition is relative. Followed by 2 compositions. The first one in a rhythmic cycle of 7 beats, and then if that goes well, second composition in teen tal, which is 16. And if I have some time after that, I might decide to play a different raga. So the nature of the piece that I'm going to play today somewhat resembles spring. It's a style of music which came into vogue in 16th century India, which is also known as a Bhakti period. During this period in India, Thumri was a well-known vocal form. So when we talk of genres in Indian classical music, we generally refer to vocal forms. The style of this music is based on raga and tala. However, the laws of the raga are not so strictly followed as in traditional classical or khayal or drupad, which makes it a little bit tricky to play because you have these strict laws, but you can break them. So it's kind of being like a good attorney. And since we're in Washington, you can relate to that. So a good attorney always finds loopholes in the laws. So we look for loopholes in this raga, which is Mishra Pillu, which is based on pretty much all 12 notes, except I don't use the sharpened fourth for those musicians in the audience. So hopefully this goes well. Rag Mishra Pillu. Please, mind. Sorry, I beg your indulgence. The lows of the tabla, please. It's booming.
Yeah.
have to say. Thank you very much. Inayat Hussain. Sorry, I have no concept of time, so. So, shall I play a dhun or Rag Charukeshi, Kirwani? Not Basant. Kal baraf parega to mujhe. And she just played a beautiful variation of Basant, so dhun or Charukeshi, I give you a choice. So I play a short alap again, that is relative, followed by a composition by the famous Ustad Amir Khan Sahab in Tinta. If I just talk a little bit about this raga. This raga is traditionally from the South Indian tradition, Carnatic music. But a lot of ragas in the past 50 years from South Indian tradition has been taken into North and played in North Indian style. The unique part of this raga, it's based on two tetrachords. And the first part of the scale is major. In North Indian is like Bilawal. The second part is in minor, which is Bhairavi. So I often think of this raga, which is apt in this season of Lord Krishna and Radha. So the first part of the scale is it's very major. It's kind of very, it's more kind of not as soft as the second part. I didn't want to say hard, but it's more kind of masculine, if you like, for lack. So. The second part is. So it's kind of a schizophrenic raga, but also you can also take it as a play between Radha and Krishna. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all the members of the embassy, Mr. Dharan, Mr. Birwal, Chandra ji, and all the people that I haven't mentioned. It's been a pleasure to be here. And sorry, what you want to read?
Thank you.
Okay, I'll play.
Okay, we are just pushing it for another 5 minutes. We hardly have to say anything. That's the reaction we are seeing. Thanks, Mr. Deepak Ram and Mr. Inayat Hussain for their great performance. Our last performance is once again by Anoushka Pant. So just we will have to push the stage back and she will be here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anoushka, once again. Now, I will request all the artists to please come to the stage and also request Mr. Dharan to kindly present bouquets to them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Probably a group photo. Yes, please stand together. Yeah. Yeah, we are missing the Mridangam artist. Yeah, to leave. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. All of you are fabulous. I'm sure all of them will join us. Excellent, excellent. Okay, while winding up, I thought of a few remarks. One is that Deepak and Nistha and Anoushka, we can't thank you enough. Right? It's really nice. I'm happy in a way that it gives a range of it's all introduction. I mean, what Deepak has done, you have all seen, right? It's a very standard thing, and you should just listen to him play the blues. He just jams with the sax and this, and it's fabulous. And the raga he played, Charukesi, she has done it in an album, Charukesi, and that's one of my family's favorite. Whenever we go in car, we switch on the Charukesi, and she has done wonderfully. And Anoushka, this is a school girl, can you believe it? And I saw her dancing another folk dance called Bhangra for the Holi festival actually, and it was amazing. So what I'm trying to say is that all of them have the range, and today they gave some parts of what they can, and within a short period. We are very happy that all of you could join us. We have a few events coming. This Friday we have a team from Rajasthan doing their popular music, and then we have the Gundecha brothers doing Drupad, which is on 5th. Don't miss that. And then we have artists from California coming to dance with the theme of Mother, because Mother's Day is coming, that's close by. So there's a lot of events coming, and probably we should put this back in the monsoon medleys, and we should do this. Thanks to all of you for coming, and thanks to the audience, artists again. Thank you.